I, Ryan,
I, Ryan,
take you, Janiah,
take you, Janiah,
to be my wife,
be my beautiful wife,
for better or for worse.
better or for worse.
I, Janiah,
I, Janiah,
take you, Ryan,
take you, Ryan,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
for better or for worse.
for better or for worse.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of our podcast, For Better, For Worse, For Real. Today, we're going to dive into the 21 questions game. So we're going to go through the couples category and just ask each other some fun questions. We're just going to have some lighthearted fun today. So, did you think we would see each other again after our first date?
I think obviously we'd see each other at school, but exclusively see each other as in go on another date. I think so. I think that we had a fun first date, especially you gave me a first kiss at the end of the night. I felt like that was kind of saying I want to see you again. What about you?
I think so, yes. I know that me being bold enough to kiss you the way that I did, I guess I'm surprised that you didn't like run for the hills. It was a very bold move on my part, but I figured, why wouldn't we?
Am I still the same person I was when you first met me?
I feel like for the most part, yeah. Not a whole lot about you has changed. I know that we've gone through different things together, and I know that, we are working adults and we're parents now, and that's changed the both of us a lot, but I feel like overall, yeah, you're exactly the same.
I think that you're mostly the same too, as in the same person I can trust, love, sweet, honest. The person I fell in love with, you still are. You've grown a lot. We handle relationship issues differently, but you're very much still the beautiful, innocent, sweet, thoughtful, honest, amazing person that I fell in love with. So, yeah, you have matured and grown and evolved while still being you.
Thank you. I agree for the both of us, really. I mean, if we haven't evolved or grown in some way in the last 16 years, we're doing something very wrong. Have you carried any insecurities from previous relationships into this one? If so, what are they? Ooh, that's a good one.
None of my previous relationships were that deep, really. I never really had any insecurities. I don't feel like because we got together so young, the relationships I had before, especially in comparison to ours, I never got that deep and emotionally attached to somebody. Like I was like, I love you, but it was surface level love. So I don't want to say I had any insecurities carry over.
Unfortunately, I wish I could say the same, but I can't. I was involved with somebody in high school that was very deeply shallow and materialistic. And there was always a pressure for me to look a certain way because he was, I guess, what you would obviously consider to be popular. So because of that, it was like there was this weird pressure on me to look a certain way. And so I did kind of carry that over, but very quickly and very early on into our relationship, did you prove to me I don't have to do all that because it wasn't really who I was anyway. I was not the girl in high school who hair stayed fried, dyed, laid to the side, nails done, eyebrows. Like I'm 15 years old. Like, why do I have to do all of that? Like, I didn't care about any of that. But then upon meeting you, you allowed me to just be myself.
But you had a relationship after that. Did that not kind of?
No, I still kind of carried that. That was still kind of like a thing that I was still, what's the word? Perpetrating. I was a perpetrator. That's not the right word, is it? What's the word? I was a fraud. That's it. It was fraud.
This is deep. Are you happy with your current life? What could be better?
The thing I really have been trying to just look at life in a way that's like things could always be worse for you, but you're not in that situation. So just be thankful and take that as it is. So I am, but what could be better? Very obvious. I need some more money. And that's why I'm trying to elevate in my career.
Now you got people watching saying, "Oh, I could take care of you."
This is not a sugar daddy request. Let me just
It's like you're making more money now than we ever made, but our bills is higher than they ever been. Am I happy with our current life? And what could be better is pretty much the same answer. Is obviously if we had more money and we are living fine, but it's like we want the best for our family, we want the best things for our kids. I'm happily married to you. We got 3 beautiful kids. I love our family, and there's nothing I would change about the dynamics of our life. Like us being married and us having these children, that to me, everything about that is perfect and makes me happy. Then the things that could be better is I wish I had a brand new car. I wish we had I mean, our house is nice, but I wish it was on the beach. I wish that I didn't have to work. You listening, boss? I wish I didn't have to work this damn job.
Time out.
God.
Oh my God.
Come back to earth.
Sorry. Are you satisfied with the level of emotional intimacy we share?
Yeah, I'm very satisfied in that area. I think that we have a lot of deep talks together. I think that we're not afraid to sit and put our phones away and turn the TV off and get deep and talk to each other. I think that we're very emotionally mature and that we're a very playful couple, but I think that we know how to sit down and have real deep conversations with each other that matter, and I'm very satisfied in that area.
I agree. I feel like obviously things were not always like this our whole entire relationship. This is something that we really had to, this is really something that we had to learn and practice. And I think we've gotten really great at it, at just being able to have these conversations and really just take the time to connect on that level. I find that to be very important for me personally. I feel like you got to get to the emotions of me first before anything else. And I think we've done a really great job at being consistent with that and building off of that.
At what point did you decide that you wanted our relationship to be official?
I think pretty much from day one. The first date, I feel like I just laid it all out there on the table. I borderline bared my soul to you, I feel like. And I think I showed almost immediately that I was just ready to take that leap.
Yeah, I think that's why we started dating after our second date, because the first date went really well. I think we liked the idea of being a couple. So I'd say right off the bat, you kissed me, everything went well on the first date. So second date went really great. Let's make it official.
Besides cheating and lying, what other factors do you think can destroy a relationship?
A lack of intimacy. I think that once somebody starts creating distance, they're showing they don't care. I guess the 2 things for me would just be a lack of intimacy and a lack of respect. There's no more thoughtfulness in the relationship. Like you're being selfish and you're not catering to the person's needs no more. You become selfish and distant.
I'm going to say one of the more, maybe probably more on the extreme side of things, abuse. That definitely ain't gonna fly around here, and I mean in every aspect, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, like that's not gonna happen. And then really just kind of to piggyback off of what you said, just like complete lack of intentionality, like just you don't care about things. You miss birthdays, anniversaries. Nothing's really important to you. You don't care to connect on any level at all whatsoever.
When was the last time you felt lucky to be my significant other?
When you planned that really lovely graduation surprise dinner for me, and I felt really special that you took the time to be that detail oriented, planning out something like that and hiding it from me for as long as you did without slipping. I felt really lucky and really blessed to have you.
I think my answer to this question is going to be really cheesy, but truthfully, the last time I felt lucky to have you as my significant other, or I think that the last time I felt lucky to be your significant other. What the fuck is the question? I felt the last time I felt lucky The fuck kind of question is this? Who's the lucky one? That
At
you
this
felt
point-
lucky to. All right, I got you. Really, Janiah, the last time I felt.
Oh my
What the
God.
fuck you put on my coffee?
A few moments later.
The last time I felt lucky to be.
Dude, skip the question.
Janiah, every day I wake up and I look at you, you fine as hell, and I'm like, I'm so fucking lucky to have her in my life. Today, you're dressed up, you look beautiful, and I'm just looking like you're so lucky to have. I ask myself that a lot. God, how did I get so lucky? But I will just stare at you from across the room. I'm just in deep thoughts with how beautiful you are and saying, truly, how did I get so lucky to have such a beautiful, beautiful woman who loves me? I love you. And I do thank God for you.
Thank you, baby. What part of me did you fall in love with first?
First,
Numero uno.
I think I fell in love first with how I thought you were the sweetest, most innocent, harmless, loving person I ever met. You felt very innocent to me, as in your intentions were pure. You wanted love, and I was so attracted by it. I was so attracted to you by it, that how real you felt, how pure you felt, that your laughter. The first thing I fell in love with was how genuine you were and how beautiful I found your laugh and how easy it was to fall in love with you. It was just everything about you felt like you were made for me. What part of me did you fall in love with first?
Think for me, I fell in love with just what a soft, kind, and gentle person you were. I think, and I'm not saying that in like a overly feminine type of way. I just say that in a sense where my initial impression of you was the complete opposite of what you turned out to be. I had the impression that, of course, once I found out that you were a twin, and given our very, very first interaction with one another, that you were the mean one. Um, and I thought that you had a little bit more of a rougher exterior, but I got to see a side of you that I was like, oh wow, he's not like that at all. He's actually a very nice and loving person. And that I feel like that is what reeled me in and kept me hooked. Because I was like, he's a gentle giant.
No, truthfully, I'm a sweetheart. Really, like I gotta be tough. I'm a rapper, shawty. Yeah, I'm a sweetheart.
You are.
What memory of ours makes you smile just thinking about it?
This might sound cheesy, but our wedding day.
No, it's not cheesy.
Okay, I feel like that might have been a cliche answer. Our wedding day was it was just a very perfect day. And I don't say that in a biased way. It's just everything was just so nice. And just remembering everybody who came out to celebrate us and just that feeling of like, wow, I'm getting married. It's just a very nice memory of us.
I mean, I just have the same exact answer. The birth of our children is a very amazing memory each time, but specifically in regards to us, our wedding day is the happiest day of my life.
Indeed, it was. Do I prefer staying in or going out?
I think you like staying in, but I think that you like going out from time to time.
Yeah, I'm cooped up in this house a lot, so I like to get out sometimes. And for you, I'm going to say, obviously, just straight up staying in because you don't like to be outside for some reason.
Mm-mm. That's what a ops be.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you have a favorite photo of us that you particularly love?
Just speaking on the first one that comes to my mind is the picture that we took immediately after Maddox was born. It's like our first picture as a family of three. I thought it was sweet.
I think it might have been our MySpace profile picture for a while. One of the first pictures we took when we was dating, it was at your mom's house outside, leaned up against the brick.
Yes, I recall we had like an entire photo shoot out there. Do you remember those pictures? I remember what we were wearing. Okay, so we're pretty much wrapping up our couples questions, and now we're going to switch over and just kind of talk about love languages and what ours are, and really just kind of how we've managed to speak those languages to each other. The 5 love languages are acts of service, physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, and receiving gifts?
I think mine is obviously physical touch, and it's not just about sex. It's about affection and physical intimacy, like hugging me when I walk through the front door. If we're sitting down chilling watching a movie, just being next to each other, cuddled up, that's what I crave. I feel very loved through physical touch and affection. What about you?
I am a very big words of affirmation person. I feel like that's been me my whole life. I've never really too much given much thought into the other ones or as much energy into the other ones, but I felt like as long as you can tell me that you're proud of me and you can say these nice things to build me up, then I feel loved just by your words. It's a little difficult when you've grown up with most of a certain type of love language. It is kind of hard for you to shift your perspectives and see how other people respond with other types of love languages. So being that I've grown up my whole entire life always being a words of affirmation person, yeah, sometimes it can be a little difficult for me to be like, well, why do you need gifts to feel love? Why do you need somebody to do something for you to feel love? Why do I have to wrap myself around you to feel loved? So I think it's safe to say that that's been one of the bigger challenges in our relationship. But I feel like it's becoming easier to be fluent in your love language.
It's easy for me to speak your love language because I feel like that's me as a person. I like speaking life into you as my partner. And I think for me, it's easy to give you words of affirmation. That's just something naturally I want to do. And I think that I grew up in a home where there was a lot of affection, and that's how I received love. I think our environment growing up does shape us. And I think that what we're doing in front of our children affects how they'll grow up and see love. They see mommy and daddy always cuddled up next to each other, speaking kindly to each other, laughing and playing. So I think we set a good example.
So do you think that any of the other love languages have any bearing on our relationship, or really kind of how do you feel about the ones that you didn't mention?
Yeah, I feel like because even though physical touch is my main love language, quality time is very important to me. I like words of affirmation just as much as the next person. I would love for you to tell me, babe, you did a good job today. Babe, you look nice, baby. Um, I'm really proud of you. Yeah, that's who wouldn't want to hear that? Gifts might be my least one, but hell, I like receiving gifts.
I like me a little gifty every now and then.
That's not necessarily how I feel loved, but I think it's very thoughtful. I feel loved through physical touch, quality time, acts of service even is, I think, a big deal when you do things for me. I'm not feeling well. You're taking care of me. You cooking dinner or I feel like acts of service is mostly you catering to me and you just saying, let me take this off of your plate. Let me do this for you. I like that a lot.
I think my secondary love language is acts of service. I feel like, I don't know, I guess it was just everything that I have been juggling within the last year of work, school, kids, and us. It's nice to just know that I don't have to do everything alone. So acts of service is also my very close second. Gift giving is nice, but yeah, same. I don't really feel like love comes from gift giving, so you can buy me whatever you want. And quality time obviously is that I feel like that obviously goes hand in hand with some of the ones that we mentioned were more important to us. I feel like quality time just somehow kind of weaves itself in there. It's like that's like a baseline love language to me. I don't think there's a single person out there who doesn't want that. Like, don't you want to see the person that you in a real hello? Like, what are you doing? Um, so yeah, that's kind of how I feel on that. So we would love for you guys to kind of let us know in the comments, what are your love languages? What are your partner's love languages? How do you manage to speak those love languages fluently if they don't match? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear.
All right. Is that all for today?
That's it. We will see you guys in our next episode. Peace.